2019 saw the Portsmouth Comic-Con strike back, promising to be bigger and better than their inaugural event.
Well, I think today we've had almost 4,000 people through, and we've still got people buying tickets for today, and we're halfway through the afternoon as we speak. I'm just looking around, and everywhere I look there are people there. People just loving the whole thing.
I mean, earlier on today I was looking out at the side, the queue was going back so far past the university, round the corner. The intensity, we already reached the levels of last year before today, and this insane rush this morning, and obviously continuing ever since. Yeah, it's definitely an improvement. It's definitely, there's even more of a buzz than last time, which is already very good. Yeah, this is up another level.
I think it shows that the focus on really getting great American, European, British artists in who have contributed to some of the great characters and characterizations over the last 30, 40 years is of real value. You know, we love the celebrities at Comic-Cons, but actually this specialises very much on the artist side as well. So it's worked for us.
I think it's important to remember that a lot of it is about the comics, it's about the medium, it's about the artists and writers, it's also about the properties and what spins off from them, like merchandise and film, etc., etc. Yes, there's a lot of things here which aren't directly connected to comics. Game of Thrones, and you've got Harry Potter and Star Wars, of course, but they're all connected in some way or another. And you know, it wouldn't be a Comic-Con if you didn't have a bit of that. It's about the pop culture experience with comics at the core of it.
With the focus being on the comic books and the creators, the event also celebrated 80 years of Batman.
80 years old, and he still looks about 30. And you know, of course, today's May the 4th. And it's Star Wars, and so we've got the whole thing, and you know, we're remembering to a certain extent the sad passing this year of Stan Lee, and having Roy Thomas as our special guest, who took over from Stan Lee as the head of Marvel in '72, is hugely relevant this year. And with Chewbacca passing away yesterday, we've got people who are going to remember these guys for their contribution.
It's great for fans of the medium like myself, especially Batman, one of the best characters ever created, one of the greatest longevity outside of Superman and maybe Captain Marvel. I mean, but remarkable. I mean, a great character, and great that he's being celebrated. Geek culture has certainly taken a step upwards in terms of the mainstream. It's transcended its former roots. Everybody's going to see the films. Everybody, the superhero films are making a big business. In fact, they dominate the cinema. And there are other properties. I mentioned Game of Thrones and Harry Potter, also dominating. Star Wars, never out of the public eye. This is big business now. It's very important to a lot of people. Everybody's catching into it. Youngsters here. I mean, it's fantastic. People weren't even born when I was into collecting comics originally. Fantastic. For me, that's great. Continuing this geekdom.
One of the special guests at this year's convention grew up in Portsmouth and would go on to help create one of cinema's most iconic moments with the chest-burster from Alien.
It's my hometown, and I heard about the Comic-Con. Didn't realise there was such a thing on in the town, and I thought, right, I think I'll bring some monsters along to that. I think they've given people a lot of pleasure. These here were the sort of Saturday morning matinee stuff, but at least kids loved it, and I've had a lot of compliments. Well, this here is a plaster cast of the original model. The original model was in latex, but they'd fall apart after years. So to preserve it, this is a plaster cast of the actual chest burster. How did I get into it? Grew up with a love of comics as a kid. War-torn Portsmouth, very drab, and it was my escape. Went from comics to the movies, loved the Frankensteins and the King Kongs, and then eventually met Ray Harryhausen, the famous animator, who came to England, and then thought, right, I'll have a crack at that. Went to London, worked at the BBC first, on to Thunderbirds a go, and then on into the movies. And that's where it's all started. But I'm back in Portsmouth now, and I must say I don't know where the hell I am, because they've knocked it all around, and my house and street is gone. But there you are, that's progress.
And so, can we expect the Portsmouth Comic-Con to return for a third instalment?
Absolutely, yeah. And may the force be with you.
Richard Stringer, That's TV.